After a struggle in net on Wednesday night against the Golden Knights, Colorado decided to make a move as they went out and claimed Kaapo Kahkonen, who was placed on waivers by the Winnipeg Jets. Kahkonen spent most of last season with the Sharks, but was traded at the deadline to New Jersey for some depth in net. In the 6 games that he played with the Devils, he put up a .923 save percentage and a 2.51 goals against average. Although he went 1-4 in those games, those were still some pretty solid numbers, especially for a team that was struggling defensively at the end of last year. In his career, Kahkonen has a .899 save percentage, which isn't great, but for a backup goalie, that's pretty solid. It's not terrible. And you got to remember that he spent a lot of that time with the Sharks, so not much defensive help there. I think that this was a really good decision, as Georgiev has shown struggles in the past. It's not anything new, but he's also shown some serious upside at times. Georgiev is the winningest goalie in the NHL over the past 2 seasons, but a big reason for that is because he's also started the most games of any netminder in the league over the past 2 seasons. He's been very inconsistent for really his entire career, but especially with Colorado, so his bad play isn't anything new. However, he's, like I said, also shown some serious upside, and this was just one bad game so far this season, which I don't think is a reason to trade him. He could easily find his groove and get right back into 2022 form. Picking up Kahkonen, however, is the perfect way to address the issue, but not overreact to it. Should Georgie continue to struggle, Kahkonen can come in and hopefully be able to play better, and the Avs can trade Georgie and go get a better goalie when they need to. But if Georgiev finds his game at some point, you still have him as your starter. According to reports, it even sounds like the Avs were interested in picking up Kahkonen last year at the trade deadline. So Chris MacFarland's been interested in him for some time now, and they just couldn't get a deal done. But he obviously likes what Kahkonen has to offer. Overall, like I said, I think that this is a good decision. There's no really other way to put it, I don't think. No, Kahkonen is not going to be the complete answer to our problems, but you also can't use one game as an indicator of what needs to be fixed. Yes, Georgiev has shown past problems, but it's a new season. He's in a contract year, new things happen. One game should not be calling for him to get traded. Adding Kahkonen gives us way more goalie depth, so if Georgiev and Annunen continue to struggle, we have another face to turn to that can hopefully pick up the slack. And even if Kahkonen doesn't work out with Colorado, we picked him up off of waivers, so we lost nothing really in the process, and we can trade him at the deadline to another team looking for goalie depth, or maybe pick up another one of our own. At the end of the day, I just see this as a low-risk, high-reward situation. No, it might not work out, it might not be the answer, but if it isn't, no big deal. We tried, right? So we can go out and get another goalie later. But for now, at least we're showing that we're trying to address the problem, and hopefully Georgiev can get over the hump sooner rather than later. But with that being said, that's all I have to say today. Pretty quick video, not much information out right now. Probably won't be. I mean, it just picked him up off of waivers, so I wouldn't expect him to start tomorrow against Columbus, but you never know. He might not even be the backup right away. He still might be the third stringer. We'll see. But it should be interesting to see how it all pans out. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you in the next one.